Ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's New Year's and it's the Wake Up Show, and by golly, you're awake! Well, that's great, because this is episode 20 of the second season of the Wake Up Show, and it's the New Year's super duper mega special. Every episode is special, you know what I mean, but at the same time it's actually kind of profoundly beautiful, excellently great, because with me in the studio today I have my galactic brother Kristian Trejos, which will be joining me later on in the show, and his girlfriend Rachel is here fixing the technicalities. What a Christmas miracle! Mm-hmm. Not having to push these buttons on my own, because that's hard labor, and you know I'm built for talk show hosting, not for button pressing. Now, I have to level with you guys. On Monday, I gave up everything. I lost complete, like, everything that I hold to be true just collapsed onto itself, and the world was not magical anymore, and everything was just mortgages and jobs, and I felt like, oh my God, what have I been doing? I've been sitting here in the basement making this wonderful talk show, which I love to do, but at the same time, am I making any money? Well, not really. And how am I going to pay these bills? And then there's like a baby coming, and you know, we don't have a car. It was like it just weighed on me very heavily, and became so real and became so important, and it just literally broke me almost, because, you know, at the core of my being, I am unfuckable. You can't mess this guy up, because I know why I'm here. And even though I did say to my wife, I'm just going to give up everything. I'm just going to go and get a job 1st of January. I'm just going to apply for a normal paying job, and I'm going to be a normal person and do normal stuff. But I'm not normal. I'm Wolf Thunder Flitty, God damn it. Did not come here to play around. Well, actually I did. That's the point of the whole exercise. I came here to do what I came here to do, what came to me in a dream, you know, all of that's fun stuff. And I'm doing it. And it's happening. And through the connection with the deep roots in my soul, with my brotherhood, with my fellow sisters and brothers, and just my tribe, and I'm back, baby. And this is the last episode of season 2. But you know what happens in 2021? Season 3. And you know what? I think now is the point where I tell Rachel to run the intro.
Live from the dream, aka Drummond, it's the Wake Up Show with your host, Wolf Thunder Flitty.
Hello, partner. No, it's howdy, partner, I guess. Oh my God! It looks like, you know, in a James Bond movie, you have the villain. He's like has a cat on his lap, and just behind the camera in the green room, there's this wonderful guy sitting with this world's smallest dog. I think he's plotting something. I don't know. Maybe he's plotting to through mind control tell me to ask you guys to become patrons for the Wake Up Show. Patreon.com/the Wake Up Show, where you can support the show and make my dream a reality. And I remember, I have 3, soon 4 kids, and would you leave this guy hanging? No, you wouldn't, because I'm making a wonderful, great show, and it's going to be even greater in season 3, because you know the 3 is the magic number. Is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, you know, 4 is also very powerful, and 7, Lord behold, but we're not there yet. So be a patron, join the gang, and to all you wonderful people who are already patrons, I love you guys, and to those that are not, I love you too, because I am a loving guy, and that's what I'm all about. So this is New Year's, huh? 2020. Another castle in the bag, as my friend Super Mario would say. And now, when I first started out here in the basement, like a gift from above, like a universe conspiring to aid me in my quest, my galactic brother came and just helped make the whole thing real. And you know, he's been there for me the whole goddamn time. I love this guy. He's such a wonderful human being. I like, he's been there for me even before I was born. Like, he's, I words cannot address how much I love this guy, because he's such a great galactic human being. Kristian Trejos, I believe it's time that you come into the studio. Wait. For dramatic effect, I will do applause. Just wait for it. Oh my god, the tension is building. And come into the studio, man.
Yeah.
Grab a chair.
Grab a hug too.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. All right, stay put, little guy.
Okay.
So I've transitioned into the villain now. You see, I have my very own cat, as you said.
You're the villain? I'm a bit surprised, but I guess we're at the end of the season, so it needs to be sort of like a plot twist or something.
Like, yeah.
Have you been plotting against me the whole time?
Yes. And you know the weapon of choice, you know what it is? Love.
That's the most powerful weapon.
The infamous love.
God damn it, you're unstoppable. Well, it says you're a truth seeker.
Yeah.
Well, it should have said you're my lovely galactic brother.
And now...
But you're a truth seeker as well.
And now a villain.
A villainous
I plan to
seeker.
Take over the world with love.
That's such an evil plot.
Yes.
Let's see what's
it's my master plan.
What's my title?
Yes.
I am Ulf Thunder Flitty. I'm the next Leatherman. And the Leatherman. Isn't that like a knife?
Leatherman is a knife.
Like a knife.
It is.
That doesn't sound too good.
A multi-tool, yeah.
Yeah, Letterman, I believe is the name. We have to talk to the guys in the printing department about this horrible mishap. My God, someone's gonna get fired on New Year's Eve. This is horrible.
Heads will roll.
God.
Well,
so 2020 in one word. One is not a word, bro.
No,
I'm just trying to lighten the story because I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. One word, huh? Magnificent.
That's a good word.
Yeah, it's been magnificent in so many ways. Both in the level of, change and the level of just suddenness, I guess. Yeah, that's right. Right? I know.
Well put.
It's he goes deep. I mean,
where my dog's at. Yeah.
Yeah, where my dog's at. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. On just on a both a micro and a what's the opposite of micro? Macro? Micro and macro, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Micro, macro.
Thank God Rachel is here just whispering that
Thank
gently.
you. On both scales and everything in between. So I think it's been a profound change on both a personal level as well as even a solar, like what's the ultimate level in zoom out?
Well,
on a source level, right?
Trouble with zooming out too far is just you end up right back where you started.
Right.
And it's sort of, so you have to stop somewhere in between.
Yeah, right. Because
but at the vantage point, like at the brink of the universe, so to speak, which is just right behind your head.
Right.
Just get.
Yeah, you can't
really see it, but you know it's there.
Yeah,
you can feel it, right? That's what the great void feels like.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
a good name
and you're
for it.
so afraid because the great void feels like you're just gonna fall into that motherfucker. It's just gonna gasp you whole. Thing is, it's very gently helping you on your path, bro. Yeah.
It is.
So, yeah.
And I saw this, I know Rachel's, she's seen it too. There's this picture that when there's a void right next to you, fill it with yourself and it stops being a void.
Hey.
You know, fill it with you. And that's the thing about all this. 2020 has been pretty turbulent for a lot of people. But I think that on a grander scale, it sets things right, because at our highest level, if you can, call it the higher self, it's actually pushing you into what you're supposed to learn. Well, at least from my perspective, it is. So it's kind of your higher self's way of saying, did you get it now? Slapping you in the face, throwing life at you.
I do like vaguely recall a couple 10,000 years back that the higher self was sort of like, here, buddy, this is the way. And I was like, no,
right,
I'm going this way.
Yeah, right.
Motherfucker, I'm not listening to you.
Right.
And then the higher self got a bit more like, bro, come on, come on. And it's I don't know if is it like boat terminology, if there's like a big ship and it needs to like turn left, it doesn't turn left like that.
No.
It's like it takes forever.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it takes planning and it takes time.
Absolutely.
And it takes effort.
Yeah.
Like the Titanic, for instance, I believe, at least
for
in the
sure.
film, that there was like iceberg ahead, and it was like we
can't turn that fast.
Boat. It's like nothing's happening.
This isn't a video game. We can't just
get out the blow dryers and let's try to melt that motherfucker. Can only see 10% of the thing, so it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Oh my God.
But I think it's all leading us into a greater sense of surrendering, actually. Just a sort of, okay, if life is this grand adventure, if life is just this cosmic dance, then we just surrender to the choreography. Because sometimes we might just say, oh, wow, these dancing steps are just too dumb. What am I supposed to, is this, what do you call it, like...
Kristian Trejos, I fucking love you. We could end the show right now if we didn't have to say anything, because that's so fucking beautifully put. Yes.
It is.
It's just trusting the dance.
Yeah, right.
Know the moves.
You know the moves.
They might seem silly.
And your body knows the moves.
God,
you don't even have to...
Muscle memory.
Because when you're up on that stage, which, I mean, you are up on that stage all the time, you just don't realize it, but... If you start having like stage fright and you're like, oh man, what am I supposed? Oh God, just let your body do its thing, man. Let life do its thing. It's like it's already written out. You just have to breathe, I guess, into it. It's just a trigger word for so many people. Like breathe.
Yeah, it's a good word.
But it is a good word.
And I have to say, it's been helpful in many a pickle.
Yeah, right. And I didn't understand that for so many years. That was a trigger word for me. That's why I say, it might be a trigger word for so many people.
Yeah, it just rubbed you the wrong way.
Right. Rubbed me the wrong way. But then I wasn't ready to accept, I guess. That's another word for it. Just surrender sounds so, void-like, into the big void. But then just accept. You're here. Just... Yeah.
I was on a cacao ceremony last night because it was a full moon, and the full moon and I are bros. And
beautiful.
Then during a meditation, I believe Rasmus said something about sort of like, or maybe it was Miriam. Both of them say wonderful things. So, but
might be one or the other.
Sort of like breathe out the stuff you don't need. Breathe in what fills you up. Like. It's something about breath is doing the whole process of letting go and sort of bringing new life in. And so the whole cycle is there right at the tip of your nose. God damn it.
You know what? That reminded me of something. We were talking earlier about, or I was kind of asking myself, I was asking out loud, but I wanted to know, like, what has been the best moment of 2020? And then that right there just reminded me of a just divine walk I had out in the forest. And it had a certain element of synchronicity in it, actually. It was sort of this like spiritual thing where I think it was during the summer where everything was it was spring actually, when everything it had blossomed to the brink of, I was like, can't blossom anymore now because it's so full, like all the trees, all the
Naturegasm.
Naturegasm, greengasm. It was just green all the way. And then when I went there, I just had this profound contact with nature, and I was like, well, here I am. I'm coming here with my, and I stated the intention because I started feeling this presence around me. And the presence I felt was sort of like the animal or nature kingdom, I guess. With all the little, what do you call them? Like the oh God.
Say gnomes. I hope you're going to say gnomes.
Yeah, that's it. Gnomes. Gnomes and the fairies and the elves.
The magical creatures of nature. Yeah.
And some people, might think that's bullshit, but I swear it's not. I had a legit communication with them. And here's what they taught me. And I was like, okay, here I am walking. And I said, well, I have the purest intention. I'm just here to connect, right? And then instead of just asking them to reveal themselves, I was like, if you want to communicate, this is my intention. I just want to talk to you guys, or just, communicate in some form or fashion, right? And then I heard it clear as day, as you're describing right now, just sort of a more tuned in version of nature. Breathe in, and then I got an image of this sort of, white smoke, sort of like cleansing smoke. Breathe in love, and then hold your breath for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. 3 is the magic number, right?
Good number.
And then walk with love. Take each step you take with love, right? And then breathe out all the shit. They literally said that. They said shit. Breathe out all the shit. And I thought, I really thought
think
that was
nature's
funny.
allowed to say that. That's
so much shit in nature too, right?
Bounds.
But literal shit, like animal feces, right? And then all the fear. And that was, if I remember correctly, that was at the height of this, thing we're going through right now, or supposedly, I don't know. It's you can go one way or the other with it, but I think it's no debating that consciously and as fellow human beings, our collective consciousness was pretty well filled with fear, right? We had a spike in the fear department.
There's a lot of fear going about.
I mean, yes. Monster Inc. would be. They would be.
Batteries would be full.
Oh yeah, they would. Batteries for days, right?
Yeah, they'd be able to run the whole Stark Tower. Actually, I just watched the Avengers this morning, and there was some battery thing going on there. I am segueing the completely wrong way. I was going to say, I had the exact same experience with nature this summer.
Oh, really?
Yes, and
That's
it's
awesome.
directly connected to this show.
Ooh.
Because I was like, what am I going to do now? Like, what will this after summer? And I was like, okay, I'm going to continue working on the house and doing that, but I want to do the WakeUp Show. I want to do that thing. But I was like, I don't know, what am I going to do? And then I walked, and I just walked, and I walked, and all of a sudden I was deep in the woods.
Oh.
And then I undressed completely naked, and then I ran around, and I was like, I am nature.
Yeah.
And I was that motherfucker, and it was like, God damn, that's so powerful.
Yeah, it is.
And I just like the way you put it. It's like, it's there.
It is.
And it's always talking to you.
It is.
If you listen.
Yeah. And I got this super confirmation about it too. And that was at the point of being freaky. Because me and my ex, we went into this store looking for oracle cards. And they didn't sell any oracle cards, but they had one lying around, this huge ass deck, I guess, with this pamphlet or book.
Jumbo oracle cards.
Yeah, very, very. And then I think it said literally on there, the fairy kingdom or the nature kingdom or something like that. And I was like, okay, let's see what it says, right? And then we spread it out, and I took a card, and I swear, on that card, it started telling me exactly that message. And then the lady behind the counter makes it even creepier, because I read through it, and then she said, come here for a second, I want to show you something. And then she literally, I can't remember what she said to the very word, but she literally mentioned that message that I had gotten, I think it was the day before.
Could we exchange the word creepy with profound?
Profound.
Because it's got a better ring to it.
Absolutely.
Creepy
But
does
it was like,
sound like a horror film.
It does, but it was like, I was sort of like checking over my shoulder to see if people were following me. It was so profound, right? The confirmation was just like, okay, this is what we would call a miracle, actually. It was miraculous, to say the least. It was just like, how can you... Okay, whoa. I keep forgetting, this is life, right? This is, an infinite consciousness that's, well, infinite. So there's no, you can't argue with it. It was...
When I came home last night from the cacao ceremony, I've been to cacao ceremonies 9 times this year. And it's been a beautiful experience because it's recharging my batteries and getting connected to my higher self, the source, or whatever you want to call it.
Full moon
to
every
the
time?
trees, to the ground, earth, and the moon, of course. But every single fucking time, the moon winks at me. And it might, when these ceremonies will typically be in Oslo.
Yeah.
I even broadcast one on the show. As the end of my silent fast.
Yeah, beautiful.
I had a raspberry. It was the best thing I ever had in my life. I can still taste it. God damn it. But last night I came home and I was driving home because I borrowed a car. So I could drive a car.
Yeah, to get there.
And I was looking out the window. I was like, "Where's my moon man? Where's my buddy?" Because it's always been there, like all the year round. He'd been sort of like I was taking maybe the bus, and it was just all of a sudden he was just in between the trees. He was like, "Hello." I was like, damn you, good. But then last night I couldn't see him anywhere. It's like it's clouded, and then I approached the dream. I was coming home, and I was like, Where's the moon? Where's the moon? It's so strange because it's always there. Like, is it not going to be there this time because this connection is so powerful? And then I walk out of the car, and just like right there on top of me he was, and it was. I'm telling you, the clouds were all over the sky except for this one pinhole.
Wow.
Where moon was just winging down at me, and then I just had to sit down because I was like, "Damn, son, that's pretty awesomely sweet of you, my dear friend, Mr.
That
Moon."
hit right home.
And also it made me think of this film, The Truman Show,
Yeah.
where the producer of the show, let's call him Guy.
Mr.
He
Guy.
sits in the free moon and he's watching over Harry Truman.
Yeah, that's right. That's the studio.
And obviously in the film, the sort of zeitgeist is that he is manipulating Harry Truman. Henry Truman?
Henry.
Because Harry Truman might be like a president or something. Let's not get into that.
That's
But
right,
Truman.
that's right, yeah,
Jim
Truman,
Carrey plays a guy.
Yeah,
Truman.
yeah.
It's the Truman Show.
Truman Show.
You can read about it on the internet.
Yeah.
But he's struggling to keep him in this small glass ball because he wants to make a profit out of his great creation of showing life as it really is. Whereas my moon man is just like, go off the grid, man. Just do. It's yours for the taking, bro. And
World's your oyster.
I have to drink some of my beautiful WakeUp Show cup, which is logo is designed by my son. He's 10 years old and he's like a graphics designer. God damn it! And if you become a patron, you can get one of these beautiful coffee, cacao, tea. Or Thomas Alexander, what did you put into the cup? Like some sort of nature brew? This is just water, by the way. Important to stay hydrated.
Absolutely.
And hopefully that coughing wasn't the start of the end. My God. Oh, we were going to talk about the end.
Well,
is this a good, or do you have more to add? Because your story was beautiful.
Yeah, but let's just go with the flow.
Now, I've heard about this thing called the Great Reset.
Yeah.
Now, I used to own a computer back in the day, and it had a reset button, and push it just the computer rebooted, and maybe some of the problems you had would have been magically resolved, just because things were piling up and it was like getting clustered, or I don't know. And then I Googled the Great Reset, and then it took me just to a YouTube clip from the World Economic Forum.
Oh, yeah. That's
which was a pretty trippy film.
Klaus Schwab is the guy.
Klaus Schwab, that's a great name.
Yeah.
You know, if you had a dog there now and told me you were Klaus Schwab, I'd say you'd be a pretty bona fide villain there,
Thank you for letting me come here. Klaus Schwab is my name.
Oh, I guess Nazis, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think he's German.
Too soon?
No, not for me at least, I
think we'll forgive and forget.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Great Reset, wouldn't that be just profound? Just hit the reset button, right? And then they add the word great in front of it. So it's not just a reset, it's
not just any reset,
great reset. And they sort of program you to believe it's great. It has to be great, right? A great reset can't be shit, right? It's not the shit reset.
Now, you would want to push the horrible reset, would you?
The horrible reset. I think
no turning back now reset.
No turning back now. Well, what's her face? That's her MO, right? What's her face? I love it. I think she called it the Great Reset, because it's just some. Well, the thing to be mindful of, I would say, is just know your history. Because if you don't know your history, it's bound to repeat itself. And that's the thing about this Great Reset. I think that they're trying to sell you some grand old communism in a brand new great package.
And if you remove that word and those bread lines, I think I'm psyched. I'm pumped. Bring me this great. Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, really
package it and sell it.
And I think when they're talking about the new normal, right? The new, because we cannot go back to the old, right? And then, well, the powers that be, I don't know what do you want to call them? Just let's just call them the others. From Lost, right? The others.
Oh yeah,
because these people are.
Are they the Dharma Initiative or are they not? I'm confused.
Yeah, right.
God damn it! That J.J. Abrams guy is onto something.
Let's just call them that. The others. I like that because they're really something different from the people, from us, right? They sort of. I don't know. Sometimes I just think they think we're dumb. They insult our intelligence in a way because they have this thing where they create a problem, but they also have the reaction to the problem, reaction, and then magically they also have the solution. It's like staging your own play, right? You're the villain, but you're also the good guy, and you're the savior. You're everything. They're trying to control the whole narrative, but in order for that to work, we have to be asleep. Well, it's so awesome then to be at a show called the WakeUp Show, because I think people really need to wake up to the fact that there are great things out there, but I don't think the Great Reset is one of them, sadly. That's my honest truth.
But now, the first time I heard the word the Great Reset, I was like, well, yeah. I'm working on this project where I'm waking up all of humanity. Sure, you can call it the Great Reset. I don't care. You can call it whatever you like. Call it fish cakes.
Fish cakes.
That's a problem with fish cakes. Everyone, it seems strange stuff. But, what is this coughing? My God. I'm sorry. Truly apologize. But I've been working lately on energetically making the space for them. If you know what I'm saying, because it seems at some level like keeping sort of that separation. It's
them,
just
meaning the top 1%, the elite, whoever you want to.
Yes.
Sure.
It's just gonna mean another cycle, and we have to break that cycle as well.
Sure.
Which is an even harder cycle to break because. I try to sort of sit with, okay, so fear, right?
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to, I think. It's love and it's fear.
Yeah.
And where do you want to be?
And the problem with love is that love is ultimately infinitely super powerful.
Yeah.
And it glues everything together. But fear is just this nagging feeling that love is not real.
Right.
It's not for you. You're not a part of the party, or it's like it's for someone else other than you.
Absolutely.
And I was like trying to feel my way, like where the fear is sort of coiling its sort of tail through our society, and I noticed that fear is infected from bottom to top to bottom. That the people at the top 1%ers, the supervillains of the world are so afraid, and they're so afraid that love is not real, that they're doing like crazy shit. And I don't know if you've been like like that song "Love Hurts," and you're like been heartbroken, and love feels like a piece of shit, and you make horrible decisions. It's like you just fuck everything up, and you fuck everyone over, and it's like it's just me, it's me. And I've been trying to sit with that and sort of like see if I can like energetically like leverage that shit with love, and like just. But it's hard, right? Because these mechanics are very, like you say, it is sort of like a not a con, but it's a sort of ego trick.
Absolutely.
And we're all so sort of caught up in our egos, so it's like, oh yeah, we want to do that, we want to be that. That's where we want to like, we want to be on top. We want to be the top 1%ers, and everyone's secretly sitting there, so you're like, oh man. I wish I had a yacht.
All right. And the smart thing they've done this time around with the pandemic, I'm going to say that because it's...
Could you call it the plague? Because at the WakeUp Show we called it the plague.
Oh.
It sounds cooler.
Yeah, okay. With the plague, who won...
You can also say, the plague.
The plague. Yeah. But with the plague, it's...
Should I have a Rolling Thunder or something? Do you think we have that?
With the plague, I think... What they've done this time around is they've kind of they use love to guilt trip you into, if you're not complying, then you're not loving.
Yeah,
like
it's pretty cool.
I saw this this brand or this store that had this particular commercial that caught my eye. I know probably a lot of you've seen it. It's like #1 meter of love. And that, you brought up...
So by being a loving person, you just keep the fuck away from people.
Yeah, keep the fuck away from people because that's the way you love them, right? And don't give them hugs because, it's...
Yeah, they're contagious.
They're twisting the word.
That's good, right?
Yeah, contagious, right? Love is contagious. That's the virus we need. We need real, passionate love, not the love kind. Where I love you, so I'll stay the fuck away from you, right? It's not that love we need. But I think that it's interesting because they're skewing it. And you brought up the Nazis. The Nazis did the exact same thing. It's for your protection. It's for your best interest. And I think a lot of people on this earth confuse love and control. Because I love you so much. If I'm the elite now, right?
So can we say something about Star Wars soon now? Because it sounds a lot like we're going there. Because, in the galaxy far, far away, which is where you and I came from,
sure.
And
absolutely,
the Empire tries to rule the galaxy, and they want order.
And we don't even have to go into Star Wars.
Their intention,
yeah,
which is interesting, because I really like this, is that it seems to me that the Emperor wants to live forever.
Yeah.
And he wants to be in control.
I saw this, just to add to what you're saying now, I saw this interview with George Lucas, and because it's been so much fuzz about Disney, it's probably unfuckupable, thank you. I do believe it's unfuckupable. Star Wars, you can't fuck it up.
Stuff, yeah.
But a lot of people say that Disney has fucked it up in a way. And then I saw this video about, what made George Lucas' version of Star Wars so much better. And he said that it's about the myths. It's about the
Oh, yeah, I
legends.
saw that clip.
Yeah, you've
where
seen
you
it.
take it from myth
Right,
and over to
right.
what's that other word?
Can't think of it right now. But let's just dance on. Let's just
pretend
dance
like
on
we
through.
just know the word. of it.
Pretend just like we know. Well, we know everything. To be honest, we have it all in here. Well, out here, I don't know. But anyway, it's about the myths. You know, he has archetypes in his stories, and I think that what you're saying, the emperor, the empire. There's been a lot of empires. Let's just face it. I mean,
Yeah, we've been through a lot of them.
yeah, and
Trying to gain complete control.
And it took me a long time to understand that there is love in boundaries. Like if someone's coming to punch you, you can say, "Hey, whoa, no, I don't like that." That's love too. And hey, man, I love you too much to be able to let you hurt me and yourself. So with the Great Reset, just say no.
But isn't that actual button, you think?
I don't know. Might be, what's that show? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And there's like a remote under the seat. Everybody vote now. And then there's just theme music, and it's
that's
like
exciting.
all exciting.
Do,
You're like,
do we all get buttons?
but maybe there's a button that says, I don't know, or maybe, or, yeah.
I'm gonna
Do I
push. If I get to say, I'm gonna push the fish cake button easily. And I'm vegetarian. Even. I do occasionally eat sushi because it's so damn good. But they have great vegetarian sushi as well. So it's actually not really a problem.
Know all about that.
Oh, sweet potato sushi I ate this time. It still lingers in the back of my mouth, like there's together with the raspberry, all these delicious flavors.
Right.
I'm gonna now we're gonna play a song.
Ooh, let's do it.
Maybe that. I'm gonna make next season. I'm gonna make like a undercover documentary about the Great Reset, where I go undercover.
Ooh.
Do you think I could go undercover? Do I have to cut my hair or something? I think.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of wigs out there, but...
So, oh my god, this guitar is not in tune, says the computer. How are things going, Rachel? That's a thumbs up. That, in Roman terms, means the... what's the guy fighting in the Colosseum?
Gladiator?
Yeah. He gets to live, yeah?
Oh, yeah, right.
This is like, boo.
All right. Well, I give this year a thumbs up. It got to live.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
2020.
That means it's live. It's
But
lit.
It's weird. I'm gonna have to say that before I start playing the song. It's like putting all this hate on a year. Like for real?
Or a certain guy in a certain house. Maybe it's white. I don't know. There's...
Should they call it the Black House? That sounds like a...
The Black House.
Black House.
The Grey House.
So I'm gonna play this song for you and for Rachel because it's got 2 verses and I think they're... and then we can sort of contemplate about it. And if I played it for you before, then you have to forgive me, and if not, it's all great.
Yeah, you can play it as many times as you want.
Maybe I can... I'll try to do like the... I can't play like that when I sing because I just lose track. So I do like
Right.
this. Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for a change. And in the bad times I fear myself. times I find myself longing for a change. And in the bad times I fear myself. I'm of the deep end, waters I dive in. I never meet the ground. Crash to the surface where they can't hurt us. Far from the shallows now. In the shallow, shallow low. In the shallow, in the shallow, shallow low. We're far from the shallows now. I like that song.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Now, speaking of songs and of 2020, I don't know if you know this, but in my previous life, this one as well, I guess, I was and is a music video director guy. That is the exact title on my
your Earth card? No, wait. What?
In the phone book.
In the phone book, yeah.
I believe
on
if you look in the universe book, it says just love,
the Akashic Records,
love guy.
Love guy, right? That's awesome.
guy who loves. Who are we gonna call? Love guy.
Love guy.
Sounds like a porno film. And with his mustache, this is going way off. Oh my
man.
God.
No, I love it. You can't do nothing but.
My good old pals in the Gatas Parlament, or the Parliament of the Streets, or the word on the street, I don't know what they want to call it in English. They are a Norwegian-speaking rap group, and they made a song which I believe maybe was somewhat inspired by an American group called Avenue Beat or something like that. Which, it's also a beautiful song, but the title is, it's a swear word, and I say swear words all the time, so I guess that's okay. Fuck 2020, which I personally have to say this. I'm not a big fan of all this negative energy towards sort of something that's a part of our process of becoming something. But I made a video for the band, but I made sure it came out the way I wanted it to. And let us watch the video, and then we will see. Right, roll the video. Kom igjen da. Kom igjen.
Ja, ok. Januar hadde dårlig vær og drittføre, og jeg skulle begynne å trene og gå til frisøren, og gata skulle til å atte forføre ditt døre, og klimastreiken skulle bli enda litt større. Så var det som om året liksom dro seg til. Det føltes som om vi var inne i en katastrofefilm. Du har ikke levert på løftene om kos og chill, og 2020 gjorde seg klar for en dose til, og vi er ennå ikke i midten av sangen. Derek Chauvin, George Floyd, Nikolai Tangen, Erna Solberg og han oransje møkkamannen. Jan Bøhler, korona, 2020 tar oss sammen. 2020 skal du hete, for du var en drittal venn. Men jeg har et håp i vente, at det snart blir 2020. Low-key fuck 2020, du kan bare skyte deg i huet. Er fortsatt lei, er fortsatt ikke spent. Nå er det ikke veldig mye igjen. Low-key fuck 2020, jeg kan faen fortsatt ikke tro det. Håper at jeg slipper varig med. Jeg gleder meg til 2021. Low-key fuck 2020.
Hei, Stian Stadt fra Statens Statistikk her. Det hadde vært veldig hyggelig hvis du kunne dele litt av dine erfaringer fra 2020 med oss.
Jo da, starta greit, skålte med kona og ropte godt nytt. 2020
2020 straks jeg sto opp og ropte fuck it. Planlegger noe episk liksom, året alle husker. Ta pusten fra deg, eller vær glad hvis du fortsatt puster. Trending på Twitter, store krigsoverskrifter. Gi meg en liste over bedritne fitter, inkludert Hitler. Skal se om jeg ikke klarer gir dem litt competition. Det er greit liksom, på tide å accomplish litt mission. Starte sparsomt med et par desiliter skogsbranner. Spiser seg attentat på iranske generaler. Krasjet chopperen til Kobe, som ba for ingenting. Strør et dødelig virus i sår og tvinger den inn. Må bare ha det litt moro der nede i Moria når vi er i gang. Flyktningebarn som lider har liksom en herlig klang. Litt av et år gitt, ja det får en faen meg si. Men 2020s russebuss skal hete pandemi.
Loki, fuck 2020. Du kan bare skyte deg i huet. Jeg er fortsatt lei, jeg er fortsatt ikke spent. Nå er det ikke veldig mye igjen. Loki, fuck 2020. Jeg kan faen fortsatt ikke true. Det blir vel bedre for vi tror. Jeg gleder meg til 2022. Loki, fuck 2020.
Vi skal akkurat til fantastisk god idé, liksom. Men fy faen, det her. 2020, går det bra med deg? Ja. Men vet du hva? Her er faen meg en dårligere idé enn den forrige. Jeg er ordentlig skuffet over dere nå. Faen, skal kidda et år og liksom skal skyte et år i huvudet. Det er absurd. Nei, la året være så, la året gå. Det var han som begynte! Du tror det her. Da blir det nesten som kanskje du har spreng på det liksom.
Hei! Hva med meg da?
Yeah, that was for 2020, and for those of you with like a what's it called, like with Grade's vision. What am I talking about? What's it called? Like a kid. You'd notice maybe that the cop at the end was a really good actor.
Oh yeah.
He should get more acting jobs. I don't understand why is this phone not blowing up right now? Like, I mean, like Matthew McConaughey looks like a drug addict compared to me.
He was convincing. I bought it, you know. Yeah.
You're right.
I did.
Yeah. Now, I think it's I like the song. I think it's fun, there is something fun of just laying it out, all the bad things that happen.
Yeah, and just being totally honest about it too. Just you know, saying what.
But what if you made a song about the good things that happened in 2020? It's also going to be a fucking great song.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's all about perspective, really.
Yeah.
You know, is life happening to me, or is it happening for me? Is your laugh
I'm gonna check in the script. Well,
sure.
It's for you, actually. Don't worry about it.
It's for you.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The problem is if you start thinking it's against you, you sort of it becomes very much eager to dance the against you dance, and
then the great universal hug becomes a slap, right?
Slapsgiving. Damn it, slapsgiving.
Some might, you know, that's the word some people might use to describe 2020, I guess. Or just Hug Festival 2020, who knows?
What are you thinking about 2021, bro?
It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be, well, it's going to be life-changing, I would say.
I think, if I dare say so, you know, 2020, we put in the groundwork, you know, sort of made a more solid foundation for our society. Because a lot of the bullshit that we've been sort of repeating to ourselves about what's important in our lives, it sort of became like apparent that it's not. And we're like, oh, maybe there are other things to do in this journey called life than running off to work to to make sure you get that money to buy that yacht. Do you want a yacht, man?
I don't know if I do, actually. No.
Do you have ocean view at
I
your
want a
place?
surfboard because, you know, the wave that is coming, that is, well, the Great Awakening, it's a wave, and then I would like to surf right on top. Because a yacht would just be like crushed under
I have to tell you something interesting. I just realized. You know what we typically call it? The horrible awakening, because fuck it. We're doing the ads all wrong.
We are.
That's the fucking unfuckably amazing awakening.
Right?
Period. Good editing there. Thank you. I wish I had learned this song, but I didn't. You know my astrological sign. I am the Aquarius, and you know when the moon is in the second house and Jupiter aligns with Saturn. I got the lyrics a bit wrong there. I apologize. Love will guide life will guide the planet, and love will shine the stars, or something like that. It's the dawning of the age of Aquarius, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, would you ever want to miss out on season 3 of the Wake Up Show? It's the dawning of the Aquarius. This Aquarius.
This Aquarius, yeah.
This bridge over water, Atlantic Oceans. Actually, that's the Pacific Ocean. I apologize, but my God, the Earth is actually a sphere. We're fine. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Could you just? I hope to see you back on the show.
Oh yeah, I will be.
What is your? Do you have? Where do you? What's your like? Have like a. You know, we had a word for. You had a wonderful word for 2020.
Oh yeah. You know what? I want to say 2021 is going to be divine.
Oh, damn! Yes. 2021. It's gonna be divine.
Yeah.
You know, I do you think we're ready?
You know what?
I think some people are gonna freak the fuck out.
Yeah. But we are ready. I mean,
but what can we?
We're here, aren't we?
What can we galactic travelers do to our fellow men who are freaking out in the sight of this divine 2021?
You know what? Be a little rebellious and give him a hug, man.
That's where the love is.
Be a, what do you call it? Be a rebel and hug people. Oh my God. See if you survive, because it's not all about surviving. It's gonna be okay. And that, you know what? If we didn't talk, you know, the two of us, if we couldn't understand each other, what's the one universal language we can't understand, right?
Is it fist fights and knuckle punches, or is it hugs?
Well, that's a dialect that's spread, you know, it's widespread, but
it doesn't really solve much, does it? It just sort of adds to the trouble, the
kind of, yeah. But the big L, man, the love language, language of love. So be loving. That's my advice. Be loving. And be loving to yourself as well. Don't forget about yourself. It's, you know, there's so many people outside of yourself, but think about yourself as well.
As within, as without, or something, as on the inside, as on the outside.
As above, so below. You know?
That's good. You've been, a guest. I hope you become a regular. Or I had a dream once where I was like, I have a segment just to call like Truth from Trejos, or like where you have like a news desk and shit, like a globe spinning in the back, and you're like, that's something I'm gonna put on my wish board for 2021. But you know, at the end of the show, every episode of the Wake Up Show, actually, I searched the internet far and wide for a quote, which I find sums up tonight's episode perfectly. And I've been searching while we were talking, putting numbers and digits and dials and slashes and dots and stuff in.
Ones and zeros.
Yeah. And then I found one. And Mr. Trejos, I would like for you to read into this camera over here the quote, and with feeling, please.
I will.
Oh, thank you.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
I think that's something to maybe like just like float into 2021 on sort of like a I'm going to tidy up my own house and then I'm going to tidy up the world. Because what's so strange about tidying up your own house is then all of a sudden the mess outside also seems to strangely just because you're part of the whole thing, bruh. Oh my god, I sound like a hippie from the 70s. I gotta do something about that. That's my...
Far out, man. That's really far out. But it's not. It's closer. It's really closer than you think. It is.
It is.
It hits home. It really does.
I have to also... Oh my god, but of course...
Thank you.
You're far too kind. Because, yeah, thank you. Obviously... Thank you, Kristian Trejos, for being my bro. And if you can tell me which moon outside of Jupiter we hid our spaceship, I am so looking forward to that unveiling because there's so many of them.
I know it's in here somewhere, or in us.
Yes, but you know, you have a great sense of humor, as do I. And that sort of leaves me a bit like, oh, this is gonna be fun, because it is.
And it absolutely is.
And Kristian Trejos, ever since the moment I've met you, I love you, man.
Love you too.
And thank you for always being here for me.
Thank you too.
And Rachel,
likewise.
Thank you so much for spending New Year's Eve hunched up in the corner in my basement, rock and roll. I'll take a picture of that because it looks really cool. That's for prosperity, okay. Also, in all thankfulness, I'm going to address this camera. Now, this is in regards to this project of mine called patreon.com/The WakeUp Show, and you can also be on this list. Is it a dog's phone? That's okay. I continue. I'm going to thank my patrons by name, starting with my first patron, my wife, Annette. God damn it! I love you. Oh, you knew that. And then my second patron, Espen Skarsbak, man. Yeah! That's my bro. Got my back. Thanks, man. I love you. That's my mother. I appreciate that. Mom, I love you. Then it's my friend from high school, Maya. Thank you so much for believing in me, and thank you so much for being so strong. I love you. Then it's my father-in-law, Arnie. I love you, man. And then it's my bro, Halvor Nitteberg himself, whom I used to make rap videos back in the day, and you know, he's a great guy, and I love you, man. Then it is my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law. My wife's sister's husband is also my brother-in-law, or is that just a guy?
Your wife, this sister. Wait, that was my.
Well, Annette's sister, Karina, is my sister-in-law. What is her husband to me?
Oh God, family ties.
Shield. Karina and Shield.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for supporting my journey. I love you guys. Weeder wagon. Bro, you are a rock, man. I love you, man. And it's Eivor. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Thank you for being a great fellow dreamer. I love you. Then it's Elizabeth. which is actually Halvor's wife. Look at that. Look at these people. They're really going for it. Listen, I love you. Thank you so much. And you make the most beautiful films, as does your husband. My God. Then it's the Gong Man, Thomas Alexander Skog. He was a guest actually earlier, and he is the music man. I gotta tell you, you need to check out. He needs to have like he was at the cacao ceremony at the broadcast, you know, and he plays the gong, he plays the
I saw him there.
The harp,
actually,
mouth harp. It's beautiful. Then it's Stan Tanberg, who has been a lifesaver and a wonderful friend, helping me with the show, doing segments, talking to people. He's such a great guy. I love you, man, and I look forward to doing more fun stuff with you in 2021. And also meeting your father, which I've heard is an Indian, not by like at heart, not by
a native Indian.
Yes, but born in Norway, but he is. I haven't met him. We will get back to this. Then it's Miriam, and I'll put Rasmus in there as well, because you're sort of like. Thank you so much for believing in me, and thank you so much for the great cacao ceremonies you make. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, which is bottomless. Then it's my bro up in Trondheim, Morten Brekevold. You are the hippest hipster I have ever seen in my entire life. He has like this lush, great red beard. He's such a, and he makes great beer, and he's such a loving and great and cool guy. And he plays the guitar like a
rock star.
Yes, and also he sang this song, "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life," in his man's choir, and it was, you know, that song is sort of like the recipe for life.
Yeah.
Then it's and I love you, Morten, but just and your wife and your kids, and yeah, you know. And then it's Ole Jørgen, whom I helped out with some stuff at his home, and I said, "I'll help you, bro. Just become a patron." And you know, you did. Thanks, man. I love you. You are great. And then it's Gatas Parlament is a patron. And that's pretty funny, actually, because as they asked me, would you want to make a video? I said, of course I'm going to make a video, just be a patron. And they are. And you know, for that, I love you. You and your mamas too. Thank you so much for... Sorry, I got sidetracked. Thank you so much for being you guys, and I love you guys. Then also, I want to thank my wife again for being pregnant, and child number 4. God, 4 is 4 fingers, not 3. It's lost track and count. Become a patron and help me get like a calculator or something. I'm just rambling. Sorry. Øystein Rabbe, I love you, man, and thank you so much for this journey that you and I are upon. And I'm so proud of the work that you are doing. Even the dog is cheering in. And that's pretty powerful stuff, because dogs are very, like, at source level, you know. That's why we have them around. Even though cats are even more connected, but don't tell the dog people that. Sorry. Then also I'm going to have to thank Andy and Mats, who's also been helping out technically. I love you guys, and hopefully Corona plague stuff will make it feel like it's safe to come into my basement. Man, that sounds creepy. Profound. That sounds profound. We need to wrap this up. Well, and to my viewers, I love you guys. Thank you so much. And keep on watching the show and keep on supporting the show. I'm going to play a song at the end, because that's sort of how we end things. I'm going to play my favorite song.
Oh, man.
And if you want to sing along, I'd be delighted to, because it's a beautiful song.
It's one of my favorites too. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we need to. It's a nice way to remember some things, right? Oh, it's walking upstairs. So with that, even though it's an hour until New Year's here in the dream, Happy New Year!
You just wanted to say Happy New Year, that's all.
Yeah, and a Merry 2021. And thank you so much again for creating this beautiful space down here in the basement together with me. That was beautiful.
Well, thank you.
And then I'll see you on the other side. When my body won't hold me anymore, and it finally sets me free, will I be ready? When my feet won't walk another mile, and my lips give their last kiss goodbye, will my hands be steady? Will I lay down my fears, my hopes and my doubts, the rings on my fingers and the keys to my house, with no hard feelings. I love you, man.
Love you too.
Ah, it's a great song.
Yeah, it is.
When the sun hangs low in the west, and the light in my chest, it won't be kept held at bay any longer. When jealousy fades away, and it's ash and dust for cash and lust, and it's just hallelujah. And love in thought, love in the words, love in the songs they sing in the church, with no hard feelings. Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone, kept me afraid and cold. There's so much to have and hold. When my body won't hold me anymore, and it finally sets me free, where will I go? Will the trade winds take me south, through Georgia rain, tropical rain, or snow from the heavens? Will I join with the ocean blue, or run into my brother true? No. Damn! I will shake hands, laughing. There's gonna be laughing.
Yeah, there's gonna be laughter for sure.
And walk through the land, straight for the land. holding the love I've known all my life, with no hard feeling. Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone. Kept me afraid and cold, with so much to have under the curving skies. I'm finally learning why it matters for me and you to say it and mean it true. For life and its loveliness, and all of its ugliness, good as it's been to me, I have no enemies. I have no enemies. I have no enemies.
And run the outro clip. Happy New Year!